Tonight, as it's becoming harder for refugees to come to the United States, an Iraqi refugee in Sacramento County is getting a big honor. Congressman Bera is inviting him to be his guest at the President's State of the Union address. KCRA3's Tom Miller is here with the opportunity that Tom would have seemed impossible just years ago.
Sarmed Ibrahim left Iraq in 2005, making it to the U.S. 4 years later after a tumultuous journey. In his spare time, he works to help newcomers assimilate here the way his family did. Now at Sacramento County Congressman Bera's invitation, he'll soon be in Washington listening to the president.
It's an honor for me. It's a great opportunity to be in Washington, D.C.
Next week, Sarmed Ibrahim is heading to Washington, a world away from the Iraq he grew up in and escaped in 2005.
When you think about leaving your home, it's gonna be very hard. When it's threat your life or your family life, you cannot think. You just, as the movie say, run for your life.
Ibrahim worked as a civil engineer, at times helping the U.S. military. In retaliation, Al-Qaeda attacked, littering his home with bullets.
It's always hard to go through it, just to remember what happened. It's really hard.
When his family of 5 escaped, they headed for Syria, living there for 4 years before being admitted to the U.S. as refugees.
In the first year, I was in first grade, so it was really easy to learn English.
However, for those still trying to reach the U.S. from the Middle East, the trip may become even more challenging. In December, Congress voted to make anyone who visited Iraq or Syria in the last 5 years ineligible for the U.S. visa waiver program. Plus, the Paris terror attack prompted Donald Trump to call for a temporary ban on Muslim immigrants.
Refugees are not a threat. Refugees are part of this community.
In a statement, Congressman Bera said his story is a powerful American success story that reflects our values of welcoming those fleeing violence and oppression and giving them the opportunity to succeed. Ibrahim hopes by sharing his story, he can help win over hearts and minds.
Keep the bridges building. Just be our friend, our neighbor. We are your friend.
Ibrahim actually wrote President Obama after he first arrived here in 2010, explaining his refugee status and that he planned to create a better life here. Less than 2 weeks later, he received a response from the president encouraging him and wishing him the best. That letter still hangs on the wall in his house. Golson, Edie.
What a journey. Well, thanks, Tom. Tonight, Vice President